Get ready, Wildcats, because today's Daily Dose is coming at ya.
Live from the Arizona Sonora Dome and UATV studios, it's the Daily Dose with Amy Sadecki and Sean Uden. Andy Greenberg with sports. Kristen Hansen with entertainment. And Jessica Brown with your weather. Come on, Wildcats, your Daily Dose starts now.
Good evening, everyone. It's January 24th, 2008, and I'm Jarnis Hankey. Amy Sadecki has a night off. The White House and congressional leaders have struck a deal of the century, or at least of the year. Within a week full of intense negotiations and uncustomary bipartisanship, the economic stimulus package has arrived. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, House Republican leader John Boehner, and Paulson became the principal players in putting the deal through the woodworks. Although both the Democratic and Republican parties agreed on the deal, some lawmakers on both sides of the fence left with reservations. Senior Democrats, for example, had issues with the lack of unemployment extension. The package will allow up to $600 for individuals who pay their income tax. Working couples will get $1,200, and parents will receive an additional $300 per child. Also, for those of you who pull at least $3,000 but not enough to pay taxes, will get a $300 rebate. Pelosi and her staff noted that they would include $28 billion in checks to 35 million working families, and Republicans were pleased to know that according to the Congress's Joint Tax Committees, more than 70% of rebates will go to taxpayers alone. This past Wednesday, British billionaire Richard Branson, with the aid of aerospace designer Burt Rutan, unveiled models for the Spaceship Two. The space vehicle, which will soar at around 52 miles above Earth, will allow passengers to experience zero gravity for about 4.5 minutes, just for fun. Cabins in the shuttle will be the size of a private jet, and the seats will lay nearly flat in order to lessen corporeal stress, which will also allow the travelers more room to float. Also unveiled was the model of the 4-engine jet that will launch the Spaceship Two, known as White Knight 2. Very clever with the names. So far, 200 passengers from 30 countries have paid the $200,000 ticket price per person in order to snatch a spot on the new craft. According to the president of Virgin Galactic, Will Whitehorn, the White Knight is 70% completed, and the cargo Spaceship Two is only 60% completed. It's time to kick it over to your sports report with Andy Greenberg. Stay tuned.
Word up, Wildcats. I'm Andy Greenberg, and it's time for your Daily Dose Sports Report. Our top story today, men's basketball taking on number 6 Washington State right now. The Cougs have been the Pac-10's best this year and are coming into the McHale Center, winning 2 of the last 3 meetings here in Tucson. The other Washington school will be rolling through the Sonoran Desert this weekend as John Brockman and the Washington Huskies play the Cats at 1 p.m. on Saturday. In other college basketball news, the Baylor Bears beat the Texas A&M Aggies last night, 116-110 in quintuple overtime. That's 5 for those of you who aren't math majors. The two teams set a Big 12 record for most combined points in a game. Baylor's Curtis Jerrells led both teams in scoring with 38 points in 53 minutes. The Bears sit atop the Big 12 with a record of 16-2, 4-0 in the conference, their best start since the 1940s. That's it for me today. Time to go home and watch the game. And be sure to pick up your copy of the Zone of Screw every Wildcat home game. For UATV, I'm Andy Greenberg. Stay tuned for entertainment.
Hello.
Hi, Ernie.
Who's this?
You don't know me, but I know you. I've been watching you.
You have?
I think you're really a hot stud.
Me?
Yeah, and I think you've got the equipment to satisfy me.
No, at least I don't think so.
Well, that sure does look like a black dick to me.
Hey Wildcats, I'm Andy Greenberg in for Jesse Brown. I guess I'm doing entertainment too, and I'm here to take you on your tour through the Hollywood Hills. Top news story still remains to be the death of Heath Ledger. A spokesman for the funeral home where Ledger's body was brought on Wednesday has announced that memorial arrangements for the star have been completed. He did not give any details on when or where the service would be taking place, though. He said the actor's relatives were expected to touch down in New York on Friday. Family members and associates of the one-time Oscar nominee have likewise kept mum, refusing to confirm whether a memorial service would take place in New York or they were simply going to escort Ledger's remains back to his native Perth, Australia for burial. There are currently no plans for a public memorial service in either country. Already in New York, at the Brooklyn home she once shared with Ledger, is the actor's former fiancée, Michelle Williams, who arrived Wednesday night with 2-year-old daughter Matilda from Sweden, where she was filming a movie. She was joined by her mother, Carla, and best friend, Busy Phillips. Ledger's body was taken to the funeral home on Wednesday night after being released by the New York Medical Examiner's Office. An autopsy on the 28-year-old was deemed inconclusive. Additional tests will be carried out to determine the cause of his death. It's expected to take about 10 to 14 days to complete the investigation. Prescription drugs, though no illegal ones, were found in the actor's apartment. Police have said there was no obvious sign of suicide, and Ledger's own family called the death an accident. They tried to make her go to rehab, and at long last, Amy Winehouse has said yes, 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 a day after Scotland Yard launched an investigation into the footage of the troubled lady in which she is smoking a suspicious-looking pipe, snorting some kind of substance, and admitting to have taken 6 Valium. Singer is entertained in an undisclosed drug rehabilitation facility. A record label, Universal Music Group, said in a statement today, Amy decided to enter the facility today after talks with her record label, management, family, and doctors. Amy entered the facility by mutual agreement and continues to receive the full support of all concerned. The new Bond movie finally has its official title. Producers of the forthcoming James Bond flick have confirmed that the next installment of the action franchise, long referred to simply as Bond 22, has at long last settled on the title Quantum of the Solace. The name was taken from For Your Eyes Only, a collection of short stories published by the super spy creator Ian Fleming in 1960. The title, as well as a few new plot details, were unveiled during a press conference at England's Pinewood Studios Thursday, where the Daniel Craig starring film began filming earlier this month. Production on the eagerly anticipated flick kicked off last November. Quantum of Solace is due out in the UK and US November 7th of this year. Well, that's all I have for entertainment. Enjoy the weekend, and I will see you all on Tuesday.
Hi, hi, me, oh my. Nothing tastes sweet, wet, salty, and dry. All at once, so well as pie. Apple, pumpkin, mince and mac bottom. I come to your place every day if you've got 'em. Pie, me, oh my. I love pie.
With about 10,000 stores in the US and around 5,000 others worldwide, it's no wonder several students, as well as adults, make daily routine stops at their local Starbucks. Even with all this action, shares in Starbucks stocks have decreased in value by about half in the past year alone. Some of the proposed factors affecting the decline are overexpansion, US consumer spending, and fast food competitors that have recently been releasing their own caffeinated treats, such as McDonald's. According to the Wall Street Journal, Starbucks Corporation will now be testing a short-sized $1 coffee and free refills of its brewed coffee in the Seattle area stores, in order to maintain and hopefully increase their customer pool. Well, that's all we have for you today. Make sure to watch John Tucker Must Die at 7, Joshua at 9, The Simpsons movie at 12, and 7-Year Itch at 2. And also, Wildcats, we are currently searching for new talent here at UATV. We have 2 on-air weather positions and several reporter positions available. If you're interested, please come by our studio located on the first floor of AZ So Dorms. And that's your Daily Dose.